What's going on, everyone? So I know I've talked about Brandon Ingram before, but since we got a up close and personal look against him, wanted to kind of go over him again. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, so let me know down in the comments below. But Brandon Ingram had to lose at the hands of the Lakers once again. It must be terrible being a Pelican because the Lakers just run through the Pelicans every time. Now look, the Lakers didn't really run through the Pelicans. This was kind of like one of those shaky games, but they still beat them. I handled business. I really did feel like this was a game where the Lakers kind of played down to their competition. I don't like that, but we still pulled out the win, right? So at the end of the day, whether you win by 1 or you win by 20, as long as we get the win, Lakers are now 9-4, which is beautiful, right? I said I want them to be 10-4 going into that Orlando game and kind of getting into that last half of this month where it really does start getting a lot tougher. So hopefully the Lakers can beat Utah coming up and then kind of continue to build the momentum as they move into the season. But Brandon Ingram, right? In this game, he played 38 minutes. He put up 32 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. He was 11 of 23 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 7 of 9 from the foul line, 1 block, 3 steals, 7 turnovers, which isn't great. But he was really the guy that was hitting huge shots after huge shot. And he's a guy that I like the idea, right? Lakers need that go-to scorer, right? Lakers need the guy that they can just give the ball down to and he could just go to work, right? They don't LeBron has looked old the last few games. I don't know if he's just sick. I don't know if he's tired. I don't know if it's age. I don't know what it is, but he doesn't look right. It's not even that he's having bad games. Everyone has bad games. Bad games are fun, but it's not that he's having bad games. It's that he just looks bad. Right? It's not like, he just can't hit a shot or anything. It's just like the lazy passes and the carelessness at times. And it's just feels like at times he doesn't even want to be out there, right? It's odd. And whatever it is, it would be nice to have that guy you could just give the ball to and he could just go to work, right? Because Austin Reeves, they kind of are looking to be that guy. Problem is Austin Reeves is way too inconsistent, right? But Austin Reeves is your 4th guy. Now I think that you're cooking. Now I think you're talking. Lakers need a perimeter wing. They need a guy that can defend, and defend multiple positions and be somebody out there as a pest out on the perimeter, as well as be able to shoot the 3 ball and just go get you a bucket, right? They need that guy. And Brandon Ingram is a guy that can be that for the Lakers. And the reason I like Brandon Ingram so much is outside of, I do have some questions with the fit, right? But I do think Brandon Ingram, I think LeBron kind of being that distributor more this year and kind of taking more of a backseat, he's going to get his 20 regardless, right? None of us are worried about him getting 20 points, right? He's going to get his 20 regardless. But him kind of taking more of a backseat, kind of letting AD shine, I do think and could see him kind of doing that more for Brandon Ingram. I do think Brandon Ingram, because he is best with the ball in his hands, will get the ball enough to be able to just go to work, right? You see it with Austin Reeves at times. They even do it with D'Angelo Russell, right? You could scatter LeBron and Ingram at times, minutes and all that stuff. There's ways to work around it. I think it's worth the risk. Also, he's an expiring contract. So, if it doesn't work, you can just let him walk. And it's not a big deal. You just cleared $36 million off your cap space, and now you can retool, and LeBron can take whatever kind of contract he wants, right? So, you could, Kyrie could be a free agent now, so you go get Kyrie, right? Or, if somebody else would make a trade, right? If Steph decides he does want to go and play with LeBron on the Lakers, right? Now you can go and trade for him, and you have salary space to take on more salary and all that stuff, right? There's just, you have much more flexibility. If it does work, and it's great, right? Well, then the Lakers, I think you need more than just Brandon Ingram, but I think Brandon Ingram plus if you could get like a Valanciunas or something, now I think you're in the conversation, right? But if it works, well, then now you can work out a new contract. Now, Brandon Ingram wants 40 plus million. That ain't happening, right? I think Brandon even knows that that's not happening, right? Brandon Ingram might end up being the first major casualty to the new CBA because prior to this new CBA, he would have gotten probably 35 to 40 million. Some team would have paid him some money. Now with the new CBA, I would be shocked if he gets more than 30 million. I don't even think it'll be that. I think it'll be closer to probably $25 million a year, right? I think he'll get something like DeMar, like what you saw DeMar get, like where he got like 22 million a year or something like that. I think Brandon Ingram, maybe because of his age, probably get 25 a year. Right? I could see something like 4 years, 100 million, and then there you go. Right? That's what I think he'll get. Well, if that's the case, then fine. Like, you could keep Brandon Ingram on a $25 million contract and then still go fill out the rest of the roster, maybe get upgrades and do other things that you need to do. Again, LeBron could restructure his contract, do whatever he wants, right? And if Brandon Ingram's like, no, I'm only going to sign for the max, I'd be like, okay, good luck to you, right? Like, tell you what. But if you come back, it's $20 million, right? Like, yeah, like, good luck. If you find somebody that is willing to pay you $40 million, go sign that contract. Good luck to you. Because I would fully call Brandon Ingram's bluff. Because I do not see... what team is giving Brandon Ingram $40 million? I don't think that exists. I don't think that contract exists for Brandon Ingram, that is. So I think either way, it's a win-win. Right? The Pelicans just want to get off of him. They want to get anything back to not lose him for nothing. I don't even think you'd have to give up a first. Maybe give up a pick swap, right? Or, a bunch of seconds, right? And a pick swap. Like, if I'm them, I'm not giving up. I'm be like, hey, you could get nothing. He could just walk in the offseason and you'll lose him for nothing. Like, if that's what you want, or would you rather get something for him? Right? I don't think the Pelicans just want anything. I mean, the Pelicans, like, Brandon Ingram's team even was looking for a trade and they weren't able to find a trade. Like, the Pelicans were like, whatever, like, just go somewhere else. Get us a second, like anything. All right, so I think you'd be able to get him dirt cheap. I think he'd make you a lot better. I also think the Pelicans, again, the Pelicans, they've been terrible, right? It's all because of injuries, but I don't see them magically going on this crazy run, especially in the Western Conference, how tight and how just brutal it is, right? Like, the Pelicans are probably cooked this year, right? So if you're the Pelicans, you'd like to get anything you can. The only concern with Brandon Ingram is just his injury history, right? Like, how many games can he give you? But if he's your third option, he's not going to be asked to handle as much of a workload. He's not going to be looked to carry as much. You're not asking him to do like, hey, we need you to give us 32, 8, and 8, right? No, it's like, dude, just go get us 20 a night, and play some defense, make the occasional play, help us rebound, and let's go. Let's go win a championship, right? Like, I think Brandon Ingram, the big thing is just his salary because he's making 36. You basically got to send out 37 million. Well, you could go one of two ways. You could go D'Lo, Rui, and then like a vet minimum. Boom, there you go, Brandon Ingram. Or the preferred route for me personally is I would rather go like D'Lo, Gabe Vincent, and then like maybe Jared Vanderbilt, right? Especially if you have Brandon Ingram, you don't really need Jared Vanderbilt as much, and you have Cam Reddish to fill in, right? Go like those three, right? And then you could even, if you wanted to, throw in, like a Jackson Hayes or something like that. And just to like kind of clear salary if they'd be willing to do that, which they might not, right? Or, maybe get a third team involved, whatever. But essentially do D'Lo, which is $18.5 million. Say Gabe Vincent, which gets you to $29.5 million. And then you bring in Jared Vanderbilt, that gets you to $39.5 million, which would get you, again, $3 million over that what you need. But you also got to keep in mind that the Lakers would have to fill in a roster spot, right? Because you're getting rid of D'Lo and let's say replacing him with Brandon Ingram. But now you have 14th guy and 15th guy. Okay, we have to have at least 14. So you got to at least bring in one more guy. So you need that extra $2.5 million to bring in a vet minimum guy, bring in Quincy, whatever, right? Boom, there you go. Now you have that. The reason I like that is because now you probably bare minimum have a first. And not only do you have a first, but now you have Rui's contract. You have Max Christie's if you need to. Like, you can get to, and you have Jalen Hood-Schifino's. So you have basically $20 million between Rui and Jalen Hood-Schifino plus another $8 million. You could get to another $30 million in salary. So, like, you could go get, a Valanciunas and a Bruce Brown still if you wanted to, right? Or you could get a Walker Kessler and Colin Sexton if you wanted to, right? Like, you still have a ton of options to do that. So I don't hate it, right? Like, I mean, again, like we've seen, and like what he did last night against the Lakers, he's been doing that all season. He's been great this season. He's been doing really good this season. And like, he's a guy that the Lakers could really need. again, it's not my favorite thing, but like if you told me worst case scenario, we ended up with Brandon Ingram again, I think that'd be great. I don't think he's your first option on a contender. I don't think he's your second option on a contender. As your third option, he might be one of, if not the best third options in the entire league, right? Because of his size, his length, his versatility, his ability to just go give you 30 on any given night, right? Like, it's just like, who's the other third option? Like Brandon Ingram, Tyrese Maxey, right? Like, or not Brandon Ingram, Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, Tyrese Maxey. Right, I'd take Brandon Ingram over both of those guys personally, just because of his size, his length, right, his versatility. You can slot him 2 through 4, right? Like, you could still even keep Connect in the starting lineup if you wanted to. I don't hate the idea, but after seeing him, I just thought, hey, let's talk about it again. So, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of Brandon Ingram? Do you think, yes, go get Brandon Ingram? Do you think, no, stay away from Brandon Ingram? Again, how you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.